Today I will prepare Napa cabbage kimchi, a staple side dish in Korean cuisine. Before starting, be sure to wash your hands, lathering with soap for at least 20 seconds and drying with a paper towel to prevent the spread of germs and bacteria. To prepare the cabbage, you will need 2 small Napa cabbages, 5 cups of water, and 1 cup of salt. Cut the cabbage into quarters. In a large bowl, dissolve half of the salt in the water. Bathe each cabbage quarter in the salt water, shaking off excess water and transferring into another bowl. Using the other half cup of salt, sprinkle it over the thick white part of each leaf and between each layer. Pour the leftover salt water from the first bowl over the cabbage and set aside for 6 to 8 hours. After resting, rinse the cabbage thoroughly and drain. For the broth, you will need to boil 1½ cups of water and 2 pieces of dried kelp. Water boils through conduction, a method of heat transfer that causes heat from the stovetop to warm the pot, which then warms the water inside the pot. After boiling, let the broth cool. Next, to make the rice flour paste, you'll need half the cup of broth and 1 tablespoon of glutinous rice flour. Mix together in a pot and simmer over low heat until it thickens to a thin paste. Then let it cool. For the seasoning paste, you will need to mix together the cooled rice flour paste, half cup of Korean red pepper flakes, 3 tablespoons of fish sauce, half a cup of the broth, 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, and 3 tablespoons minced garlic. For the final assembly, you will need the prepared cabbage headquarters, 1 pound of Korean radish, a fourth of a Korean pear, 3 to 4 scallions, and the seasoning paste. Wash the radish, pear, and scallions. It is important to always wash fresh fruits and vegetables as they may contain harmful germs that can cause foodborne illness like salmonella, E. coli, and listeria. The groups most susceptible to foodborne illnesses are young children, older adults, and those with a compromised immune system, like pregnant women. Next, peel the radish and pear and cut them into matchsticks. Cut the scallions into 1-inch long pieces. Mix the paste with the radish and pear, then add scallions and mix again. Place 1 cabbage quarter into the bowl with the seasoning mix and spread it over each leaf. Fold the leaf in half and place cut side up in an airtight container. Repeat with the other quarters. Once you have finished, press the kimchi down to remove air pockets and seal the container. Leave it at room temperature to ferment for a day or two. Kimchi is primarily fermented by the lactobacillus bacteria in a process called lactofermentation, which breaks down sugars and starches into lactic acid and leads to the development of a strong and tangy flavor. It also preserves food so it can be stored for longer periods of time without spoiling. After a day or two, move into the fridge to store. It takes about 2 weeks in the fridge for the kimchi to fully develop flavors.